But in that game, during the first month of playing it, you can get multiple characters maxed out to 7 stars. I'm just not seeing how anything like that is even remotely possible in this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our fourth official episode, I should say, right, Neil?
Yeah, fourth official.
The Escape Podcast, Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed Edition. And we are excited, very, very excited, or at least I'm excited about all the fun stuff that I'm doing in my game. But for you, not so much, Neil. You were telling me off the air?
Yeah, no, it's just very slow. It's very slow and it's very grindy. And I'm losing all my free-to-play friends. So, yeah, it's... Yeah.
Losing all your free-to-play friends. What's going on?
No, it's just there's a lot more people there's a lot more free-to-play leaving this than I think people that are topping up and making in-app purchases. If you are 100% pure free-to-play, it's really, really slow and really, really grindy at the moment. It's you're farming the same character. You know, I'm farming the exact same things and doing the exact same thing I was today as I was 2 weeks ago. You know, very little has changed as to exactly what I'm doing over the past couple of weeks. So it's just and that's why I know that some people have left, because it's got a bit, you know, during these early stages, especially if you're free to play, it's become a bit monotonous. But because the differences, the change, and don't get me wrong, it's perfectly fine, but the gradient in the various different events and stuff like that, from a free to play point of view, it's like it seems to go up in 5s and 10s. So you'll do one thing and then you haven't got a chance of doing the next one until until you've piled a load of resources into a specific squad, and then you'll come to something else, you know, whether it's a challenge or whether it's an event or whether it doesn't matter what it is, the gradient, the way that it goes up from one node to the next node, it's always a huge jump. And in other games, it's gradual all the way along, and yet in this game, it's up, you know. So you'll hit one, and it's not that you're close or that you might get it. It's that you've got absolutely no chance whatsoever. You are frozen in time until you hit a certain level, until you get a certain distance into the game, and spend the necessary resources on the characters that can only do said event or said tiles, you know.
Well, so this game has just started, though. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I'm sure there's going to be things that are going to be more enticing for early game players as they release more modes. For early game players as they do this and as they do that. Mm-hmm. I agree that, you know, I do have trouble. Let me pull up. I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to go into campaigns. Let me mute my so I don't end up having a gigantic chicken tenderize interrupt the stream here. So I'm currently level 35. Mm-hmm. I hit 35 last night.
Yeah. Okay.
Or actually this morning. And you know, I go into Piptown United, and I don't have everything gold trophied, so I'm not looting everything. But let's look at this progression that you're talking about. The first battle, level 1. The second battle, level 2. The third battle, some 3 and 4s mixed in, and all 4s in the hard node for Darwin. And we're just right now just talking about Piptown United. Mm-hmm. And going back to 1, level 4 has 4, all 4s across the way, and in the hard, it's 6. Number 5 is level 5s in the hard node for hard node 3, 1.h3. It's level 7. That's the one for Hiker Guy. That's the one you need to be farming, Neil.
I am farming the Hiker. Farming the Hiker.
All right.
Still doesn't stop it from taking forever to get him farmed. You know,
one. 1.6 is level 6 characters. 1.7 is level 7 opponents, and 1.8 is level 8. Now, here's where you're talking about the jump. The second level is level 11 characters, then 11 and 12, then solid 12 across the board, 12 and 13, 13 across the board. It jumps from 13 to 15, and then to 16, and then 2 characters at level 30. But they're fairly easy characters if you're doing it right. But then when we go into board number 3, you're facing level 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And that's where I'm stopped. 3.6. I'm fighting level 27 characters that are gear 3 and all at 2 stars. I probably can beat this if I went in and did it right now. But when I say that, it really does put a damper in the plans, if you will, because I'm going back and I'm farming things so I can beat them at good gear.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my roster. I really wish I could. We're gonna get to the point where I'll be able to share my screen, but I have not been able to find a program that will share Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed easily. Otherwise, we'd be all of that. But I go into my heroes. By the way, I finally hit my gear crunch, or my gold crunch. I finally hit my gold crunch that you're talking about.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 characters that are green, geared up to green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 characters that are above gear 1 because I can't afford the gear in the upgrading. But I am happy to say that my Spaceman Reed is gear 5. 4-star. My Red Benny, as we call him.
I am close to getting him to 4 stars. I'm close on a couple to 4 stars, but the fact that I'm close to a couple on 4 stars is
you're running.
That's what does my kind of. It's one of the things. It's why I have to emphasize the slowness of this game. You know, within the first 30 days of another game that we play, you know that game. What's it called? It's the Star Wars game. You know the one I'm talking about. That one,
whatever that one was called,
Swogger or something like that. Yeah, but in that game, during the first month of playing it, you can get multiple characters maxed out to 7 stars. I'm just not seeing how anything like that is even remotely possible in this game. In this game, right from the get-go, it is slow. You know, we are used to, with other games, being able to get into a nice routine, and within a few weeks, we've got maxed out characters that we can use. I don't see where the maxed out characters are going to be coming from in this game at the moment. And I would look at some of these characters and go, yeah, I'm still going to be trying to get this character max stars 3 months from now. And there's no character that I can just look at and go, you know, that's only going to take me a few weeks, and it's pretty good. I'll go for that one. There's none of that at the moment. It's just too slow. Speed up, guys. Please speed it up.
Now that's going to be what you're, once we get our test accounts, that's going to be what you're going to be kind of going after.
If we get them, yes. If we get some test accounts. If we get some test accounts, and even then, I'm still going to be grinding. I would still be grinding a test account.
It's not a matter of if, my friend. It's a matter of when.
Okay.
It is a matter of when. Now, let's take a look at I just did this for Pip Town Glyph Hunt, which I'm in board 4 of. Let's go down this list real quick. Let me take a look at it. Level 1, of course, level 1, also in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, 6 is where they start level 2. And 8 is 2 level 3s. Oh, and a level 4, which is Will of the Witch.
Sorry, you're looking at Glyph Hunt, are you?
Yeah, I was looking at Glyph Hunt.
The gradients for Pip Town and the Glyph Hunt and the Cantina one, I'm not that fussed. Those ones go up quite gradual. I'm talking about the other ones. I'm talking about the challenges and the ones where you're going for tiles. You look at those as you go from node to node. The jump is huge.
You're talking about challenges and events. Okay, so we're going to be talking about those and some tips on those in our second segment coming up, though.
Yeah.
But there's a way that if you are, there is a way that you can end up kind of getting twice as much out of events if you play it right.
Oh, I do hope you're going to tell me how.
I am going to tell you how, and it's stop playing it one time per day.
Well, I mean, for how long? That's the thing is you're asking right now. You're asking for an investment. For me to put a bigger investment of time into this game, and because it's so slow and so grindy at the moment, I'm struggling to. I'm struggling to agree to give up extra time. I mean, how much are you asking me to double my time? Twice a day. I mean, because here's the thing: I will give this. I will give this game an hour. That's it. I'm only going to give this game an hour a day because I already feel like once I've used up that hour that I've gotten very little out of the game in manner of tiles and manner of gear. I've spent a bunch of energy, done a bunch of refreshes, and the resources that I've got for the time that I've put into it, I'm looking at it and going, wasn't even able to take one character up a gear level, wasn't able to stir up anybody, and it just goes like that for days.
Okay, so
and that's with an hour. I don't want to give up any more time than an hour. So if you want to give me a more efficient way of using that time, I'm happy to jump on board with that. But right now, it is too slow. I ain't giving up more time. Here's the thing. You got to remember, I'm the free to play. This is not, me being, this is not like negative or anything like that. This is me, They win me as free to play, and they win more people playing the game as free to play. I have to be as impartially critical of this from a free to play point of view as I possibly can. And right now, in my mind, I'm only prepared to give this game an hour a day, and that is it.
Okay, all right. So in your hour a day, are you willing to give me 2:30s instead of a 1 hour, one time 1 hour?
Split the? Yeah, I can split the hour up into 2:30s if that's what you want. Yeah.
Are you willing to split the hour up into a 30, a 15, and a 15?
If I do that, I'll probably end up spending a lot. It depends what you want me to do on the 15 and the 15.
Okay.
You got to remember, I am not just picking up my tablet, turning it on, and doing what you ask me. I've got to go all the way down into my basement, fire up the PC, I've got to boot everything up, fire up BlueStacks, then fire this game up. So I can be spending 15 minutes just to get to that point, and then you want me to spend 15 minutes on the game. Like I said, they've not got this game. I have a tablet that is less than 2 years old. It is a Samsung. And this game won't play on it.
We may have to do another fundraiser for you to get a new tablet.
No, I don't need a new tablet. My tablet is fine. The game won't play on the tablet. It was one of the things I picked up about it. during the early stages, of the game. But I've got a Samsung Tab. It's a very, very decent high spec tablet, but the game won't work on it. I can only play this game on the PC. So if I could just put it on my, if I could play it on my tablet, pick up, it'd be so easy. That's one of the reasons why I'm, stuck to an hour. So
your critique is to have them reevaluate their hardware specs to allow it to be played. Now, remember, on my 7S, it heats up a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure they can go back. I'm not sure that they could lower the specs. So
then they need to run a low spec one in tandem. Because if they can't do that, they're going to start losing people. Because it's nice to play on the computer. I mean, it really, really is. But I like with that. Oh God, I keep forgetting the name of that Star Wars game. But that other game that we play.
Yeah.
You see, I play that on multiple platforms, on multiple devices. If I need to do something, I just pick up my tablet, I fire it up, I'm there. I can't do that with Lego. And I don't understand why, because it's Lego graphics, for goodness sake,
Well, this game is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can understand why. I truly can understand why. Because from what I've seen, every single little bit that they've every single piece is an actual piece that's rendered in this game. Because
it looks great on 60 frames per second. It looks great.
If you watch their Hot Wings challenge video that Marc-Andre did before he left the project, they talked about their favorite glitch that happened, and none of the bodies rendered, and it was just a bunch of legs fighting each other when they were first testing the game. So, there are each and every single little piece of this game is a piece in this game. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and that I do. I understand what you're saying, and that is wonderful. Having wonderful art and having it look really, really good is definitely important. But if you're sacrificing the number of people you can have continuously playing this game over making it look really, really, really good, then it's doomed as a business model. You need this game. They need this game running on as many different devices as possible so that more people are playing it. The more frequently the free-to-play, the more likely they are to become a whale or a dolphin. That's not if what you're saying is true, right? It's beautiful. It's beautifully rendered. And it's required, but what the hardware that it's requiring to run this app on, whether it's a Windows tablet or an Android tablet, is too much for the majority of tablet owners. That's just the bottom line. Most people have got a tablet that's similar to mine. If I can't play it on my tablet, they can't play it on theirs. And they might have started on PC, but nobody wants to play this permanently. I don't want to keep playing this on the PC. I want to be able to play it on my tablet.
We'll talk off the air, because there is a possible way you might still be able to do this, but it's not something that we would say and recommend to people. All right. With that being said, we're gonna take our first break, which will just consist of us going diddle it into our second segment, because we still have yet to get a llhu.gg or a commercial from Bricko. Come on, guys, we're waiting. But when we come back from this break, we are going to go ahead and get into some of the benefits of being on the Lego Legacy game Discord server.
Yeah,
especially the player resources room, coming up right here on the Escape Pod cast. Welcome back to the second segment of episode number 4 of the Escape Pod cast, Lego Legacy Heroes Edition. Now, as you see on the right-hand side, we are on Neil's Discord server or Discord program right now, and we're looking at the player resources tab of the videos and community content category inside the Lego Legacy game Discord server. Now, Neil, let's go ahead and scroll down to one of the first images that I want to talk about, and that's the tier by farmability chart. That was I always get this wrong, so I'm gonna say it slowly. Ruine Retro Q, who's also a sorcerer in the game.
Okay.
Now, the way that they made this chart was ease of farm to holy heck, that's hard, and then how they thought that the characters are. So they put Magisto as one of the really good characters. They put Lloyd. They put Firefighter Ash. They've put I can't remember the name of this guy off the top of my head right now, but they also put Yuppie. I'm gonna go look up the name of that guy. I think he's Black something. Black. Nope, he is not. Highwayman. So they're all considered S tier characters. To Ruine. Now let's go across. Magisto, easy to farm because you always get a piece for completing an achievement. And also, he's good at 4 stars. But you haven't gotten to the point of unlocking Magisto yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay. Now, in the second part of this segment, where I tell you about giving me 30-30 instead of a 1 full hour, I think that it'll speed you up here. Now, Firefighter Ash and Lloyd, I think that's Lloyd. I could be absolutely incorrect. No, I was right. That is Lloyd. With Firefighter and Ash and Lloyd, they're farmable in a store. They're also farmable through arena coins. So if you're pushing hard in arena, you could get Lloyd and you could get Firefighter Ash fairly quickly. But when it comes to Highwayman and Yuppie, because Yuppie's got that revive, Highwayman is just, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, he stealths, he debuffs, he has a huge attack, and guess what? He's one of your favorite factions, Neil.
Yeah.
He's collectible.
All right. Okay.
So he's in the realm of Hot Dog Man, Cactus Girl, Chicken Stew Guy.
He's not Lego Ninjago though, is he?
He's not Ninjago though. No, I know that's your other favorite faction.
Yeah.
That's like me in that other game I can't think of, the Rebels.
Yeah, something to do with
the Rebels people.
Yeah. And, something to do with good people versus bad people.
Well, there's the people in the middle. They're kind of like scoundrels, but they hunt.
Yeah, but they're not in the game yet.
Yeah, well, no, not those people. Not those people. I'm talking about currently in the game.
All right. Anyway.
So Hiker's easy. You get Hiker right away. Hiker is farmable in Pip Town, or he's farmable with regular energy in 2 different places. He's farmable with he's also farmable with your red mashup energy, and that right there that's where I'm getting a lot of my pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm getting a lot of tiles for his fig. Then you got Locust and Jester. You got your. You also have your. What's his name? I always blank when I'm going live on this.
Eskimo Man.
Eskimo Man. I don't think he's called Eskimo Man.
I have no idea what he's called. It just looks like an Eskimo.
He also revives people, and he's a pain in my butt. I always go after him when I see him.
Revivers. Yeah, they're good.
He's the Arctic Explorer.
Arctic Explorer.
He's the Arctic Explorer. Arctic Explorer Aurora. She revives allies. Yeah, a chill city healer who revives allies once they've gone cold. And then there's Barnabas, and then, of course, there is Deborah and Gorwell. Deborah and Gorwell is an event. You can't get her right now. Barnabas, you can get him from the store, but you have to be focusing on him to get him quickly. He's also farmable in Pip Town 3, I believe. I'm going to go... Well, as my game loads up here, campaigns, Pip Town United. I'm sorry, not Pip Town 3, Glyph Hunt 3. He is farmable there. But of course, you only get 6 chances with that unless you spend your crystals. But in another spot that you can find this lovely guy, I'm going to see hero. If I go to find tiles, he is also later in Glyph Hunt, so you get a second chance of getting him in Chapter 4. So right now I'm sitting on 24 of 30 tiles for Barnabas.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all.
Now, I think the problem that you're running into here, and we're going to take a quick aside, I think the problem that you're running into, Neil, is that so many characters are unlocked at 2 and 3 stars, and sometimes even 1. So I think that's the problem that you're running into.
Okay, I mean, it's not a problem I'm running into. It just takes forever to get, you know. If I do a full thingy and I get 1, I consider myself lucky. You know, 1s and 2s and 3s. That's it. 1s and 2s and 3s. Lots of zeros.
In that other game, the drop rate is 40%. I think if they bumped the drop rate to 40%, if it's not already there, that is possibly something that can be done.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. I mean whether they do it, you know, whether they whether they would do something like that. Or I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I mean, it'd be a nice question to ask them. Should they have a fancy coming on?
I highly doubt they would tell us their drop rates, but you know what? We did have a dev of another game, of the other game, come on and talk to us about the thing, and they did say that luck is probability taken personally. Coming up in the next tier and ease are 2 of my very favorites: Spaceman Reed and Captain Blackbeard. Captain Blackbeard you get for just playing the game every day.
He be a pirate. Arr.
And Reed is farmable in so many places. In fact, I'm going to pull it up here. Spaceman Reed, star up, find tiles. He is in Monolith. Well, I guess he's just in Monolith Waste.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in 2 spots in Monolith Waste, 1.3 and 3.3. So once you've gotten into 3.3, but he is farmable early on. So he is considered easier to get. Arena coins, you can go for Barnabas. Or not Barnabas, King Brutus. If you are going for if you're going for pirates, which I know you are, you can use your mashup coins, and you could be running after Pirate Cook Bart.
That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm trying to get him unlocked so that I've got 5. But the problem I run into there is, in order to do the next node, they need to be at 2-star, and they're not all at 2-star. I've only got 2 at 2-star and 2 at 1-star, so I can't even do the second node because even though I am going for the pirates, I can't farm the damn things fast enough. Not getting the tiles quick enough.
So, and then we have the Yeti, who is coming to the game. We're going to talk about that in our at the very end.
Lego Wampa.
Where the Lego Wampa.
The Lego
where
Wampa.
we found out their plans for Brick Pace or Brick Space.
Yeah.
Then we got it. As we go down, it's easy to get Cactus Girl, and Cactus Girl is C+. They say the same thing with Chicken Suit Guy. I don't think that Pirate Princess Argenta belongs in the B tier. I think she should go in the B+. I think he just ran out of room.
It's possible. I mean, it is possible.
And then, of course, they do say that there are 2 people that absolutely need reworks, and that's Kelvin and the Imperial. What is his name? I'm scrolling up here. He doesn't start with the I for Imperial.
Lacroix or Lacroix.
No, that's not Lacroix, is it?
I think so. Yeah, it looks like it. It's Private Lacroix or Lacroix or Lacroix or Lacroix.
It is Private Lacroix.
Yeah, it's Private Lacroix.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got him, but I've only got him at 1-star. I need him at 2-star so I can do the next tier of the damn challenge, the coin one. But like I said, it's taking forever. I mean, 10 shards. I got them at 10, so all I need is literally the 10 shards, 10 more shards to get them up to 2 stars. And it's like trying to get blood out of a stone. And I would look at 10 stars in other games and think, 10 stars, it'll probably take me 3, maybe 4 days, 5, worst case scenario sort of thing. And here I'm thinking to myself, I've been playing, I've been farming it since I activated it, well over a week ago, and I'm not even halfway there yet.
Okay, so let's see if we can make this a little bit easier for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump down to our friend Bricko. And the post that Ruine put up from Bricko that talks about when these events go live.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also going to talk about the challenges. I am going to talk about these challenges because we run into those as well on a certain day of the week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, this is why I'd love for you to play twice a day instead of just going in once, grabbing your big bag, the small bag, doing your arena battles. I'd like you to log in when you wake up or when you get your 2 burst energy. When you get that double energy, which if you're on the same clock as I am,
mm-hmm.
that's at 9 o'clock your time in the morning.
Right, okay.
So grab your breakfast, boot up the game, get on these events because they go until 10 our time. If you get on the event at 10, it's going to roll to the next one. But your attempts, mind you, Neil, are all based on the attempts during a date, not a 24-hour period. The event may stick around for 24 hours, but if you do the event at 10:01, you can do it again at 9:59. And then
that's fine. I will try and chase them then. But I mean, just looking at this wonderful image created by Bricko just makes me think, this is why it's so slow. Because I'm getting these one things, and like for example, the space one, the gear. I'm doing that. I'm still only on the second node, so the gear I get is non-existent. Explorer tiles again, pirates, castle builders. On every single one of these, I'm getting I get 5,000 gold. Sorry, 15,000 gold. It's like, wow, that's going to go far. It isn't. Same with XP scrolls. Same with builder tile. Same with everything.
Maybe it's a little bit more expensive. Maybe things are a little bit more expensive than they should be. Because honestly, taking somebody from 3-star to 4-star, costing twice what you are making in a Captain Pegleg's Treasure event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that can go. You did mention that in our first episode when we did the pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
You said the gold crunch is a con.
Yeah.
And it still hangs true almost a month later from our first episode.
Yeah. And it's just really, 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 like I said, it's slow. They need to be running Space and Explorers on the same day. They need to be running two of these. I mean, fine, do the set tiles once over a weekend, but they need to be doing two of these each a day. So Space and Explorers need to be on Mondays, Mondays to Tuesdays, and then they get both those same two then get repeated throughout the week. Once a week, it's not enough. It really, really isn't. These things need to be running twice a week, and all of them in one go on a weekend. And even then, I'm still only going to be getting, let's say, Pirates Gold runs. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get 45,000 in gold if they ran it 3 times a week, which is still nothing. So even if they increase the volume and the time periods that they run these events at the lower end, people are still going to be getting not enough to. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'm just trying to. Okay. I'm trying to be as objectively critical as I possibly can. I don't want, this cannot be subjective. In order for this criticism to be legitimately taken on board by the game makers, I need to be kind of explaining from a first-hand position of playing it free to play what it is that's making the game so slow for me. And I get and I understand that this game isn't made for free to play. It's made to make money, but if there is not a pool of free-to-play people for the people that are paying to beat up on, that's how the game. These are how these games die when it's it's very symbiotic between free-to-play and pay-to-win.
Okay, so I mean, yes, you've said that a few times, but remember what we said and remember what we read inside the roadmap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They acknowledge that there is a credit crunch or a gold crunch. So I think Brexpedition itself is going to relieve you of those issues.
Well, I must admit, the Brexpedition ones. It's clear that they're kind of like marquee events. I think
that's Brickspace.
Brickspace.
Brexpedition is going to be the one that's like Galactic War and Tower is going to be Blitz.
Yeah. Sorry. So Brexpedition we're still waiting for. Hopefully that's going to ease the gear and the gold and the time. But basically, that event's kind of like there to give you a little bit of everything. And if you do really well, a lot of everything. If you do little. So the the brick place ones Obviously, they're a slightly different event, but it'd be nice if you got some gear and some gold and some scrolls and some tiles and some ability materials with those events as well.
So yes, well let's finish this up though, and then I'm gonna then we'll move on to thing, and then we're gonna finish with the news that that came down, if you will. I don't know if technically call it news, but Abix, one of the big guys from Gameloft, kind of gave us a hint of what Brickspedition will be, or Brick Pace will be like. See, I did it myself. Brick Space, Brick Pace. He said it a little weird. Is going to be like in the future, and you kind of like it.
Yeah, no, I do. I really, really do like that. I mean, obviously, it's kind of like a. Oh God, I keep referring to this Star Warsy type game that we keep playing, but I keep forgetting the name of it, mate. But anyway, there's a way that they you see, they used to bring new characters into that game. And what had happened is you'd get the character unlocked, and then you would do some more, and you would learn how to use that character, and then at the end of it, you'd get like a 3-star character. So you'd be like, not halfway, you'd be like a third of the way, of going with that character, and it was really, really cool. So hopefully,
and we'll get to that.
Hopefully, that's what they're going to do in this game with the new characters. So if you're early in the game, you'll still get it, and if you're later in the game, you'll be able to do those higher nodes to get yourself more tiles. But you're always going to be able to get that 1 star, so that you get that extra character, and that's one of the most fun aspects of any collection game, is getting a free character, because everybody loves free characters.
Everybody loves free characters. Everybody loves free characters that are viable at an early stage. Now, I'm not saying to make a character, release it, and then it's overpowered. But we're going to get to that. So, Monday and Tuesday, you're getting your gear. Tuesday and Wednesday, you're getting your Explorer tiles. Wednesday and Thursday, you're getting your gold. So, tomorrow, wake up early. We record this on Wednesday night. Wake up early, Neil, have your breakfast, do your pirates, and get a few of the stuff out of the way. Collect your bag then, so you have another bag waiting for you when you get to it in the afternoon. And go from there.
I will try. I will try. I will.
Thursday and Friday, we get the XP scrolls. Friday and Saturday, we get the builder tiles. So, we get Explorer tiles one day, we get Builder tiles another day. And then on the weekend, that's when we get the ability materials and the
salt shakers
for random sets as you go on. Your first one. And that's what I really think people should be doing. If you're getting set tiles early for something, farm that faction and then go from there.
It depends what set tile you're going for, because that some of the sets have a kind of like a good cross section.
They do. Now, I'm going to say this. I have to paraphrase, and I don't remember exactly who said it inside the chat. That it has unfortunately been long gone. It's way up there in the ether of the history of chat on Lego Legacy. But they said, if you are going to if you're worried about your arena rank, be prepared to farm what's beating you.
Yeah, okay, that's decent enough advice. Yeah, sure.
And then don't stray from that. But of course, they release something new, and it's then going to beat what you're currently farming. And they also mentioned that, remember, if you cannot auto and beat a team, then don't expect your defense to hold that well against similar teams.
Yeah, good sage advice.
So I'm glad that it got the endorsement from Neil.
Yeah, you got the memo.
All right. So, two things we're going to touch on here. I really want to give credits to a new YouTube channel. This was put out in his first video. I've got a new YouTube video channel called Shaking Gaming, or new to Lego thing. Shaking Gaming put out this really, really cool speed guide, telling us exactly who's the fastest. And we find out in there that let me find the name, because I don't want to get it wrong and have people, putting all sorts of nasty comments in. But hey, you watched, didn't you? Clockwork Robot. Clockwork Robot is the fastest character in the game. It's that last link on your screen there, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. So, Clockwork Robot is the fastest, followed by Lloyd, followed by Highwayman and Deborah, and then unreleased Hank Castaway comes in the top 10. I'm really only gonna go the top 10 and the bottom 5 here. So, Clockwork Robot, Lloyd, Highwayman, Deborah, Hank the Castaway. Then Zombie and Yuppie. Zombie is fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
And he has that revive once you get him to gear level 2. Then you got Zane, and then you got Master Wu, who isn't out yet. And then you also have Magisto. Now, okay, so it's going to be the bottom 6. Crash Test Dummy is the absolute slowest thing in the world. He needs a rework to be able to... He needs to be a little bit more tanky.
Yeah.
For as slow as he is.
Yeah.
Jester. Now, Jester gains bonus pep. So he doesn't need to be fast. He gains bonus pep. Then you have Aurora, who's reviving teams. Her being slow is a benefit. But then you also have Barnabas. You have the other two. You have one Castle and one. You got Headley the Headsman, and then the pirate guy that taunts is not LeQuay, though.
No.
It is. I wish I could just click on his face, but I can't. And you're not going to save me here, are you?
No.
I'm just going to have to go into the game. Because I know I got him farmed. He is Valiant.
There you go.
He is Valiant. And he, Captain Valiant, he's got that go away or I'll taunt you a second time going on there when he leans over the...
yeah, he does have that French taunter look, doesn't he?
Oh, well, the name of the ability, Neil. The name of the ability, and let me make sure I say this correctly. It is THBBTT.
Yep. Now go away, you silly English nugget.
All right. Fâchez la bouche. Yeah, I was gonna say, gotta tap your head there. All right, now we've got all this. There's so many. That is a huge advantage if you are trying to say, is my character going to go first at the same gear level?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this whole thing that you're scrolling through right now is amazing. Now, one thing that you didn't have set up, and if you bring it up, it's going to cut off. So Abix had somebody ask inside the Discord chat, what is Brickspace Events all about?
And where? What page was that on?
It was way early in the general chat.
Okay.
The devs answer questions in the general chat in this game. Neil?
Do they? That's good.
Yeah. So, but somebody said, what's it all about? And Abix replied that it has a dedicated energy. You need to play a bit every day to farm a character, either from the node or from the event shop, which uses the currency that you get in the event. So you've got an event that's just making it rain character shards.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what you're looking for. He does say that people that were in the soft launch of this game can talk about the Lego Yeti or Lego Wampa event.
Lego Wampa.
And they've made it clearer that it will run again once the new pirates are done. So once we get Scarlet, once we get Hank, we move along. And then we'll finally get the Lego Wampa back. And then he says, then there's another Brickspace event as well. So he's already teasing 2 Brickspace events that come after the Pirates, which could drop any day now.
Yeah.
And even if it comes out while we're releasing this episode, I don't care. You're going to get this episode and we'll just talk about it next week, damn it.
Yes, we will.
You're not going to do that to me again, Lena.
No. We're not doing that again.
We do have a lost episode we can release one day. If we have to take a break on a week, we could be like, hey, check out this episode where we just talk about the game randomly for an hour.
Just look how full this community is. All these people chatting away on the server. That's awesome.
They're showing their arena shards. They're showing when they go live, as you saw there a little bit ago.
There's all sorts on here. All sorts in the community.
You saw Heinze's name. Heinze covers this game.
Heinze covers this game, yeah.
So, we're surrounded by great members of our community. All those green names that you're seeing as he's scrolling through. You're seeing me talk in there a few times as well. I saw my own logo talking about me holding my breath for Benny and then passing out. So it is an absolute great community, guys. That's what I'm seeing on the stream right now. You're stuck on the little pirates of the new idea set that got approved. Yeah. But they were also talking about how Redbeard looks a little bit older, and those mustaches are terrible.
Yes, the mustaches are terrible.
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Escape Podcast and our coverage of LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Neil and I really appreciate each and every single one of you.
Indeed we do.
If you are new to this channel, or you're just a slacker with pushing buttons, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000. We don't care about the ad revenue on this. We're not going to inundate you with ads. The reason we want to get to 1,000 is we want to be able to put out the proverbial hat, and say, hey, while you're watching the live versions of this, want to drop
bung as a couple of quid.
Exactly. We're buskers.
Yes.
But instead of a guitar, we have knowledge about a video game.
This is our art. We are actors. This is a performance.
That's exactly it. or we could try that whole mime thing, but I doubt that would work on YouTube. But Neil, sometimes when you forget to unmute me, it is like the mime thing.
Yes, it is.
So anyway, we're making a push to 1,000. I'm really, really looking to find a little giveaway that I could do for our LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed people, but I do need to get to that 1,000 first, or not first. But I do need to get a little closer to that 1,000 before I can.
We need to get closer to that 1,000.
I'm thinking possibly that I'll take some of the TepCon funds, if you're okay with it, and buying a $50 Lego Shop gift card.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's not a quote right now, but for our Lego Escape Pod listeners, it's something that I'm willing to do, and I got permission from the CEO over there.
Excellent.
And then there's tons of stuff. You'll also see Neil with shorter hair because he's going to donate his hair to the Little Princess Foundation of the UK, along with one of our listeners, Bringer of Chaos. All that will be gone. He looks scary when he pulls his hair down. You can definitely tell he's a rocker.
Oh, yes. I do like my rock music.
All right. So please do. We're currently living in a very touchy world when it comes to all the stuff that's going on. Listen to the public officials. I'm not saying elected officials. I'm just saying public officials. Listen to them when it comes to staying inside. Stay home. Protect life by protecting yourself. Wash your hands and be nice to each other, damn it. Anything else, Neil?
Yes. There's some excellent research from some epidemiologists coming out of Stanford and Oxford at the moment, so you definitely want to go check out those guys for some good, hard, solid data.
No. So we hope for a cure as soon as possible, and the whole world is behind each and every single one of you, and the whole world is also in your hands. With that being said, Neil, push the button, mate.
You got it, buddy. Ta-ta for now, folks.